What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Tino's Time Wrestling today. Before we do anything, let's wish everybody a happy St. Patty's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody out there. Hopefully, you guys all drink till you're Chicago Irish. Here in Chi-Town, guys, we build different. So you got to make sure you get Chicago Irish, drink a lot, and have a good time. Hopefully, everybody didn't drink too much after 316 Day. 316 Day. Happy 316 day one more time to Stone Cold Steve Austin. Friday, guys, today was the day, the official release day for WWE 2K23. So now everybody in the world can play WWE 2K23. We'll be talking about some of that or later on today in this episode. Let me know how you guys feel. We got 6 people in the stream right now. I almost said screen. 6 people in the stream. If you guys got any questions, let me know. How you guys feeling? How is your Friday going so far? Did you guys go get a Shamrock Shake from McDonald's? Let me know. But guys, let's not waste no time because we have a lot of stuff to get to today. So we got a comment in the chat. Let me get the chat up. We got Justin in the building. What's up, Justin? Thanks for coming and hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Justin, happy St. Patrick's Day. But let's start off. They may not be in WWE anymore, but it looks like they are done with WWE. As the Bella Twins, I have the pictures mixed up. That's okay. First pictures, they're not going to WWE, guys. But Nikki and Brie Bella have announced that they are leaving WWE pretty much. They didn't officially announce they were leaving WWE. But they did come out and they did say that they are going by now the Garcia twins. They are now no longer known as the Bella Twins. We can look, but I guess we got to touch the Garcia twins now. It is interesting to see that the Bella Twins will not now be a part of the WWE for being a part of them for so long. Obviously, Hall of Fame, etc., etc. The Bella Twins have pretty much done it all. So I wish the Bella Twins the best. Obviously, Nikki, they didn't like the way the women were represented at Raw 30. But, I mean, I don't know if that is the best way to deal with it. But, it is what the Bella Twins want to do. And, hey, it may not have anything to do with anything. And the Bella Twins just want to have the Garcia name and they want to live by their maiden name and everything like that. And people just make a big deal out of everything. But Bella Twins, now known as the Garcia Twins. And it was the first picture I showed you. I wanted to wait until now. But it says, and the Bella Twins did say, guys, that they were getting a lot of questions about it. They did say on an Instagram live post, we are not going to AEW. I just want to make sure everybody understood that and everybody got that clear because everybody was, oh, they're going to AEW. They're going to AEW. They were backstage with Paige and Renee. Obviously, Brian works there and everything like that, but I don't see the Bella Twins, or I should say the Garcia Twins now. It's going to take me a minute to get used to that. The Garcia Twins, I don't see them wrestling again, WWE, AEW, etc., etc. The Bella Twins, the Garcia Twins, I've been saying it for so long, guys. It's crazy. But the Garcia Twins, they probably won't wrestle again. They obviously have their wine. They do all their other things. They're busy women. So I don't see them getting back in the ring again. So I wish the best to Nikki and Brie. Thank you for all the memories you gave me in WWE and E! Network, Total Divas, Total Bellas, everything that you guys have done. Wish you guys nothing but the best. So I just wanted to mention that because I think that was something that was mentioned this week, and I saw a lot of people talking about it. So I figured let's talk about it. But let's talk about now actual WWE news, and let's start it off with my man Jadis. Jadis, if you're in the building, hopefully you're listening to this. We got Bray Wyatt. And earlier this week, everybody was having a freak out, and everybody was continuing having a mental breakdown, and everybody was freaking out. And it looks like that Bray Wyatt is apparently out of action with a injury, with a disclosed physical issue. We don't know what it could be. We have no idea what it could be. And everybody needs to stop listening to everything they read on social media. We haven't heard anything regarding rumors of created issues, and one source denied it. We'll continue asking. And I have even seen a report. I did not upload the photo in here because I ran out of photo allowance on my on the StreamYard. So I didn't know that was a thing, but okay. So the photo allowment, I couldn't put the other one up, but I saw something this morning that said that the match is apparently back on, and we should see something on SmackDown or Raw within the next week, seeing that match be continued to build. So it should be interesting to see, but it doesn't look like Bray Wyatt is off the match card. I think Bray Wyatt will compete at WrestleMania, and I think that we will be okay. And I think Bray Wyatt will be good to go for WrestleMania in Hollywood, everybody. I think we will be seeing Bray Wyatt perform. And if for some reason we don't, then I don't know. But yeah. So we'll definitely have to see what happens with Mr. Bray Wyatt. Hopefully we see him back on the TV screen soon. But speaking of a guy I want to see back on the TV screen soon, and he's been getting reports that he's getting his old name back, it's our good old buddy Butch. Go get him, Scoob. It looks like, guys, Butch is reverting back to Pete Dunne, the Bruiserweight, something Triple H originally planned to do last year before the Brawling Brutes got over and plans were pushed back. Obviously, we've seen how the Brawling Brutes got over, Sheamus, Ridge Holland, and Butch and everything. We kind of got used to the name. But as an NXT Black and Gold love, and after everything that NXT Black and Gold did, I would love to see Pete Dunne come back. I love the Bruiserweight. I love him breaking the fingers, even though he was pretty much acting like that in the ring. If Pete Dunne could come out, he has the title in his mouth. If he has a title, like that, Pete Dunne was just phenomenal, guys. So it looks like, though, that we should be seeing, and maybe we don't see it until after WrestleMania because there are also reports of guys coming up like Cameron Grimes and stuff like that. I mean, we're literally 2 weeks away from WrestleMania. So what's the point of bringing somebody up just to have them go and have them be not in anything? Why not just wait till the Raw after WrestleMania and have them debut and have it mean something? And speaking to that, guys, I know I said that I may not be live, but if the baseball game goes fast enough, I may be able to get home by 7 o'clock. So I'm going to do my best, but we might have to do it on my phone. But Tino's going to find a way to go live Monday night after Raw because we don't want to miss that, guys. We can't miss that, the Raw after WrestleMania. Hopefully it's a good one. But Pete Dunne getting his name back. Now let's talk a little bit about the 2023 Hall of Fame clash shaping up. I mean, 2 people. Guys, I understand that maybe they haven't been able to figure out who they want to put in the Hall of Fame, but having 2 people with only 2 weeks left, I don't know how I feel, and I feel like they should start ramping up the introductions. If it's every episode now from Raw, SmackDown to Raw, we should be seeing an announcement every single episode of Raw and SmackDown the next 4 weeks. So let's take a look at the 2 people that are inducted. Obviously, last time we talked, we said, and we found out last week. Was it last week or a few weeks? Was it last week or a week ago? I don't even know at this point. But we found out my man Buika 619 Rey Mysterio is going in the Hall of Fame. And apparently, it looks like Cohen is reportedly set to induct Rey Mysterio into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, they could use this to pretty much set up something for WrestleMania with Dominic, and Dominic comes out and says something, and they use it as a storyline type of a thing. But I think Rey's in all of this, guys. There's no way Rey's going to let Dominic go out there and say something that Rey wouldn't let him do because it is the Hall of Fame. I think Rey's going to give a great speech, and then we're going to hear Judgment Day's music, and Dom may come out, Mommy may come out, but, then they'll go in the back, they'll hug, and they'll have a good old time. But Cohen reportedly set to induct Rey Mysterio. And on this past week's episode of The Bump on Wednesday, we had the Nature Boy himself, the 16-time world champion, Ric Flair, inducting the next inductee into the Hall of Fame, and that is the Great Muta. He is the latest inductee into the 2023 Hall of Fame, and it is apparently being reported, and I don't know if he said it on The Bump exactly, but I feel like, and I think that they said that Ric Flair will also be inducting him in the Hall of Fame, just like Cohen will with Rey Mysterio. So he inducted him, he announced him on the Hall of Fame, and it looks like he will be inducting him into the Hall of Fame. And Chris, I did see that about Stacy Keibler, and it's funny that you say that, guys, because here is the next thing that I wanted to talk about. It is apparently rumored that WWE is finalizing Stacy Keibler to be one of the next inductees to Hall of Fame. And obviously, guys, Stacy Keibler, and people could say what they want. And, Stacy Keibler really didn't do amazing things. She wasn't like top tier. But, she was for what WWE was at the time. At the time, they weren't really doing anything. It was more about the sexuality. It was all about looking good. It was all about going out there and flaunting your body around. And we know Stacy Keibler for the legs for days. We'd go out there and this girl had legs go up and down, and we couldn't figure it out. She had a great thing she did with the Dudley Boys. I really like that. She did a lot of good things. She took an RKO from Randy Orton. Shit, that should just put her in the Hall of Fame right there. So, Stacy Keibler, you guys and everybody can say what they want, but for what she did at the time, yes, the Hall of Fame has kind of become silly, and me and Marcus talked about it on the WrestleMania 25 WrestleMania Retro show. But Stacy Keibler, I think, will be a good introduction into the Hall of Fame. But it also should be really interesting to see who else they will be and who they will have be inducted this year. And I don't like it only for the fact that because now I'm starting to remember all of these people, and it's just, yeah. I do want to take a second while we do go through all this news and notes and rumors and everything. Say happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody again. Remember, guys, drink until you're Chicago Irish. Make sure you guys drink all night long. Remember, we got a doubleheader here today, so we'll go live tonight. Also, 7 o'clock for Friday Night SmackDown. So come and hang out with your boy Tino. Watch a St. Patty's edition of SmackDown. Have a little brewski. If Tino could drink. If I don't like to drink, to be honest, guys. But so let's get into the next thing that we got here. Apparently, and Justin just said it, they're gonna have Hell in the Cell, they're gonna have Rapid. I thought you were talking about Hell in the Cell. Chris says Stacy Keibler's legs are 9 inches. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Stacy, that's nuts. Yeah, no, they probably are going to wrap it and make sure that they make it in time. They should. We'll just have to see. But something that was announced this past Monday, and something that I pretty much said like a month ago. I said that it should happen. And pretty much what I said is pretty much now happening. Is WWE is planning Brood Edge versus Demon Balor reportedly for WrestleMania 39. And if you guys saw, I posted a short on it. I tried to download it and put it in the stream, but for some reason it wouldn't let me. I said it like a month ago on one of the Road to WrestleMania episodes. I said, you put not just Finn Balor, you put the Demon Finn Balor against Edge, possibly Brood Edge inside Hell in the Cell. It was planned for WrestleMania, as we talked about at the time, but now it looks like we're getting it in Hollywood. And I just hope, the one thing I hope that we do not see is that ugly ass red cage. Do you guys see the red cage in this photo? I hope, for the love of God, that we see the classic Hell in the Cell. Bring it on. Bring out the old style Hell in the Cell. Modernize it up a little bit. Make it clear. Let's not make it the ugly red color. And let's have a good old-fashioned Hell in the Cell. Hell in the Cell like they had at WrestleMania 28. We'll be watching that on Sunday, guys, on the Retro Series. But Brood Edge versus Demon Finn Balor, gonna be a banger at WrestleMania. We obviously don't know which night yet. We'll have to figure that out in the upcoming weeks. So we will definitely have to see. And guys, make sure to continue to comment. Tell me what you guys are feeling, how you guys are feeling. I'll make sure to look at all the comments and go through all of them after we get through all this information. So just make sure you guys do that. But Brood Edge, Demon Finn Balor, sign me up. And there has been a lot of chatter about me wrestling. This is Mr. Pat McAfee. We got some Pat McAfee news, guys. I wanted to give you guys a little update on our good old buddy Pat McAfee. He says there's a lot of chatter right now about me for wrestling. I think about wrestling every day. He's obviously has his YouTube channel. He does his college football. He does everything. This guy never has a day off. He says, my business is currently rather active and exempt. And he's got a baby on the way. And he says timing is everything. He still has massive plans for his journey in the WWE. And there has also been a report that it looks like we will not be seeing Pat McAfee in the seeable future in WWE. So that could mean that we don't see him until the Royal Rumble next year again. That means we cannot see it. Who knows? But it looks like we will not be seeing our good old buddy Pat McAfee in WWE right now for a little bit of time. That's okay, guys. We'll be okay with Mr. Pat McAfee. Wade Barrett and Michael Cole have been doing a pretty good job. Let's get into some sad news, though, as our good old buddy Kofi Kingston has had surgery. He is set to have surgery today on his foot injury. Or is that, let me get rid of this. For his injury, I should say. Not for his foot injury. For his injury. I didn't think it was a foot injury. For his injury, guys. But it looks like Kofi Kingston will be out for WrestleMania. And it looks like we will not be having our good old man, Kofi Kingston, at the Showcase of the Immortals. Maybe Xavier Woods and them could do some backstage or something like that. But it sucks that we won't be able to see Kofi Kingston wrestle just 4 years after his Kofi Mania. Now let's talk about Mr. Karrion Kross, because Karrion Kross was recently on Out of Character, and a lot of people have been saying, Vince is in charge, and Vince is that, Vince is this, Vince is that, Vince is in charge, Vince is taking in control, and everything like that. So let's talk about it, guys, because Karrion Kross came out and said he's the easiest boss, Triple H that is, not Vince McMahon. Triple H that is. Triple H is the easiest boss, he says, that he has worked at, ever had, in terms of being accessible to discuss ideas with stuff like that. But also, up on the flip side, he may not tell you this, but excellent is expected. He has a very high standard for all of his talents. And that's good. You should have high expectations. These guys are professional wrestlers and everything like that. They go out there, they go do their thing, and it just is a great show. So it is really interesting that Karrion Kross comes out and say this, because, Karrion Kross was one of those guys that was released, and he was one of those guys that people really were like, I don't like him. I don't think he should be back and everything up like that. So it's one of those things that, everybody could think that Vince McMahon is still in charge and everything like that. And we'll talk about it next in the next picture, in the next slide, that who thinks Vince is in charge and everything like that. But I just don't see it. I don't know, guys. I just do not see Vince McMahon being in charge. Yes, we've seen a lot of Vince McMahon things, but maybe that's just part of what the WWE system is, and that's what the machine is. I don't know, but I do not believe that Vince is in charge. But holla, 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 the old SmackDown general manager, he is certain that Vince McMahon has at least some part of it. He says on the Wrestling Time Machine podcast, yeah, Vince is certainly a part of creative again. I would believe that. But like I said, man, this is the man's life. So leave him alone. If he wants to step in and be a part of it, let him be a part of it. And, I love my man, Teddy Long. I love my good old buddy, Teddy Long. But, guys, Teddy Long, I don't know. I just do not see Vince McMahon being in charge. And yes, maybe he has some type of maybe Vince throws ideas at Triple H and is like, hey, what about this? Or what about that? I mean, if Vince had some type of a mindset that he had back in the day, I feel like Vince wouldn't be as bad. But it's just I feel like he's been diagnosed with something and he just won't tell anybody. If he would just tell everybody, it would probably all make a bunch of sense, and it'd be like, oh, okay, we get it now. Vince is, going through stuff, and it would just make a little better. But I don't believe Vince is fully in charge. I don't even think Vince has that much control. I think Vince just gives ideas, and Triple H is like, okay, maybe, okay, not. And he's like, you're crazy and you're not. I mean, I just don't see it, because there's just a lot of things that, maybe I don't know. We could do a whole podcast on this guy, and we very well might as news comes out. But Vince McMahon being in charge, I just don't see it. So now let's move on to something else. And we've talked about it a lot on this channel. Me and my man Jordan. I've talked to Chumblebee about it. I've talked to everybody here in the chat about it. I literally, when I look at Umaga watching these old WrestleManias, all I see is Solo Sikoa. And after watching and after seeing this picture side by side, and we watched WrestleMania 23, 24, and everything like that, we've seen him compete. Seeing this picture side by side, guys, that they literally just reincarnated Umaga into Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa went on to say this: the heavy machinery of the bloodline, the juggernaut, that's who I am. I want that fight anytime, anywhere. Umaga wasn't scared to fight anyone, and neither am I. And guys, we talked about it. Umaga was I think we did it, and I forgot the exact age. I think even me and Justin did it. Justin, was that you and I that did that, where we figured out how old Umaga was? I forget if that was me and you, or if that was me and me and 20. Oh, me and I think I was doing it by myself at 1 o'clock in the morning at WrestleMania 22, and we were still live. But Umaga, guys, was about like 28 years old at the time, and Solo Sikoa was about like, he had to be about like 13, 14 years old, 15 maybe. At that time, like around 2007, 2008, when Umaga had the rivalry with John Cena, the Battle of the Billionaires, everything like that. And I just feel like, I had a cousin, shout out to my man Justin that always comes out in the chat, Justin Whitty in the chat. He was kind of like my Umaga. I kind of looked up to him. A lot of the things that he did, I did. The video games he played, I played. We played sports. I like just a lot of the things that he did, I kind of looked up to. And it's like kind of the reason why I watch, like I play some of the video games I do, and I watch wrestling and some like, whatever. So it's one of those things, seeing and realizing that maybe they were a lot closer than a lot of people. Was it me and you, Justin? Okay, I forgot who it was. My days are so confused. I always forget if it was 22, 23. But yeah, it was me and Justin. So Umaga, Solo Sikoa, it's just Umaga reincarnated. So I cannot wait to see what Solo has in the future. Rest in peace, my man Umaga. We miss you every day. The Samoan Spike is one of the best finishers. But Solo Sikoa is here to make sure your legacy lives on. Justin, by the way, man, before I forget, your package, your 800 subscriber delivery should be arriving today or tomorrow. I had the tracking number, and I think my mom has it in her purse because I had to deliver 3 packages at the same time. And for some reason, they gave me tracking on the same piece of paper. So if it doesn't come on today or tomorrow, let me know and I will get you the tracking, and I will have my mom send me a picture of it. But you should be receiving it today. So Justin, keep an eye out in the mail, bro. Get your action figure. Let's talk about the next thing, though, and it's my man Cody Rhodes, and it's Undertaker. Speaking about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, and Undertaker's doing a lot of interviews lately, guys. I guess it is WrestleMania season, so I mean, I get it. At this point, the one that beats Roman, it's got to be the right person. It's got to be somebody that you can trust. Is not going to flake off and do something, because there is a lot of time and money invested in this whole thing. And at this point, I think Cody Rhodes, with the momentum that he has, I think that would be the logical guy. And yes, obviously, we'll be saying and will be, people are saying that we should see Sami Zayn in a triple threat. We should see these different types of matches. Should Cody really beat Roman? Should we see these things happen? And I do believe that Cody Rhodes will defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. We have seen WrestleMania night 2, or night 2's main event will be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Undisputed Championship. So it should be really interesting to see, but I think Cody Rhodes is going to be the guy. I've talked about it and why I think Sami and Kevin taking the titles off the Usos is a great idea. If you guys haven't, go check out that short and part of the episode, one of the Road to WrestleMania episodes. But we will definitely have to see, and hopefully that Undertaker is right, and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes is standing tall after WrestleMania in Hollywood goes off air as the new champion. So now let's talk about, because there has been a report about the main event for night 1, and we've talked about it, and we've said, and we've talked about how I think it should be that tag team match I just mentioned with the Usos, KO, and Sami Zayn. The Bloodline storyline is the one that everybody's invested in. The Bloodline storyline is the one that everybody loves and wants to talk about and be in and everything like that. So I think that, it should be the tag team match. But apparently the rumors and the plans have changed, because it looks like we will be getting Mommy taking on Charlotte Flair in the main event of night 1 at WrestleMania. It has come out and it is being reported that Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley are main eventing night 1. And obviously, this could just be because they want to have a women's match main event night 1 and a men's match main event night 2. But I also feel like the story would just make a lot of sense. And I feel like that it would just make it more logical to have the best storyline in WWE main event both nights. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos, and then Roman versus Cody. But I think Mommy and Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair are going to go out there and put on a show at WrestleMania. And if that's the case, as long as Rhea Ripley walks out of the SmackDown Women's Champion after this match, I really don't mind and I really don't care how the show's like, how it goes. I mean, it is what it is. We're not going to be able to change it. All we can really do is talk about it. And that's why I just try to stay chill about it because, guys, that's all we can really do. We can just sit here and talk about these things. Nothing's going to change their mind. They ain't going to listen to us. They already got it set in stone what they're going to do. So, guys, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, main eventing night 1 of WrestleMania. How you guys feeling? Let me know in the chat. Do you guys agree or do you guys disagree? And let's talk about a match that was apparently declined by Stone Cold Steve Austin. He declined to work with Brock Lesnar, which led to Brock Lesnar versus Omos. And this is where the Vince McMahon comes in. Oh, Vince is booking Brock versus Omos. Brock is doing this. Vince is doing this. Vince is in charge. Vince is making this happen and everything like that. And like I said, maybe Vince is like, hey, Triple H, what about this? Hey, Triple H, what about this idea? Hey, Triple H, I got a good idea. What do you think about this? And everything like that. I just, guys, do not think and I do not believe that we will be seeing and that is the case with, Omos and Brock. If that's the case with Stone Cold, that the Stone Cold declined a match with Brock Lesnar, and that's why we got Omos versus Brock Lesnar, then that makes a little bit more sense. It's got backup plans. You always got to have a backup plan. Shit, you got to have backup plan C and D because you never know if A and B is going to work. So, shit, Omos may have been like plan C or D, and they just want to give him a little credit and say that Omos was the second choice. So, it would have been great to see Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But we'll just have to deal with Brock Lesnar F5 in Omos about 5 or 6 times and then taking the W. At least that's what I think should happen. But let's talk about another match that could happen because we just talked about Mr. Bray Wyatt. If Bray Wyatt don't want to wrestle in WrestleMania and all that stuff is true, his last match in WWE, Bobby Lashley, and his first match back, WrestleMania Bobby Lashley does an open challenge, says, anybody want to come out and call my name and come and face me at the Showcase of the Immortals? And we see the return. Oh, woo, woo, woo. You know it. And he's not him no more. He's now Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, formerly known as Zack Ryder, now known as Matt Cardona, versus Bobby Lashley, I should say. At WrestleMania, if Bray Wyatt does not want to perform, guys, I would be down to see Matt Cardona versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. What a banger of a match, and what an introduction to Matt Cardona to the WWE. Especially for the people that do know him and to see that and everything, I think it would be really good. So let's go back to what The Undertaker has had to say. And Undertaker talked a little bit about how it has been a challenge to lower the curtain and lower the veil and let the people see behind the hat and the coat. Obviously, you guys know Undertaker was obviously always that guy that was, he wanted to keep everything a mystery. He wanted to keep everything a mystique. He wanted to keep everything like that. And it was just one of those things. Undertaker never really wanted to do anything, and he never really wanted to let us in. And as he's retired and as he's got in social media, but I understand it because he's obviously, he was so quiet. He played the character for so long. I was scared of him. You guys, as I've been telling you the stories through the WrestleManias, I think I was scared of him until like WrestleMania 26. I'll be honest there, guys. WrestleMania 22, Nightmare. You guys know I told you that story on the Retro series and everything like that. So I definitely understand it because now he's trying to come out and he wants to be himself. And he probably was playing The Undertaker. So then people really didn't understand what The Undertaker really what like what, Mark Calloway really was. So I definitely understand having a hard time going behind the curtain and having and letting people in to the idea of the real life and your personal life and everything like that. But I'm happy that we've learned a lot of things about The Undertaker, like things that, a lot of things that I especially didn't know. Maybe you guys knew because you guys have been fans of The Undertaker and everything like that. But I just think that, him coming out and him doing this, I get it. It just, I just, yeah. So Undertaker, he says it's been a challenge. So hopefully it gets easier as it comes on. But I will say this, I have been really happy to learn a lot of different types of things, like I just said, that I didn't think I'd ever learn about the Undertaker. So as much as it may, as hard as it may have been, just know that at least I do appreciate it, Undertaker, that, it, I still can't even believe it's been a year, guys, since he was talking at the Hall of Fame ceremony. It's crazy to think about. But let's go back to some LA Knight news, guys, because apparently LA Knight has got a little bit of a thing for the man, as it says that LA Knight says, "We were friends. You're jumping to BS conclusions. Let me squash that before you take that anywhere." And apparently, Becky Lynch came out, guys, and said that LA Knight and her dated and everything like that. I guess LA Knight wanted a little bit of a piece of the big time. I don't know. But, I guess the man in LA Knight didn't work out, and maybe that's how she found Seth. I don't know. But the fact that the fact that LA Knight and Becky Lynch may have even went on a date or anything like that is just crazy to think about. Like I could just imagine that date. Like guys, just that would just be so great. But I don't know. Maybe she couldn't handle all the LA, or maybe LA couldn't handle all of the man. But I'll leave it at that, guys. I thought that was funny. We got some more LA Knight news because he is reportedly set for a substantial push after WrestleMania, guys. Let's do it. Let's book WrestleMania. Let's do it. I am ready for it. Or I should say after WrestleMania. Let's push LA Knight. He's a megastar. He says it and he does it. He does his thing. And he says that one day he will be a champion. And I really do believe that LA Knight will one day be a WWE champion. LA Knight, guys, a big push. And I'm totally for it to see LA Knight at the big time. So before we talk about some WWE 2K news, let's talk about a little bit of Stand and Deliver news. And then I'm going to tell you guys what we got going down here for SmackDown. We got WWE has announced, as you guys have seen, that they will be announcing a new women's champion at Stand and Deliver in a ladder match. We saw this past Tuesday, Zoe Stark and Gigi Dolan advance on and into NXT Stand and Deliver in Hollywood. And maybe this is just a way to give Roxanne some time to sell the injury. I really pray that Roxanne is okay. That scared the hell out of me, guys. All of that with Roxanne just, I don't know. It just was not a good time. I was scared when that happened, and I was just not ready for that. So I pray that Roxanne comes back. She's okay, and she comes and she claims her title. And some way, maybe we see the ladder match happen on the week before NXT, or maybe the ladder match starts NXT, and then we see Roxanne defend the title. Roxanne comes back, and then the ladder match is for a chance at the title. I don't know. But I really hope our girl Roxanne Perez is okay, and she will be still NB champion after Stand and Deliver. But as of now, we're going to see who becomes in that ladder match for the NXT championship. And that is all the news, notes, and rumors that I got here for you guys. So now, before we get into you know what? Let's just wait. Let's talk about it right now, guys. Because WWE 2K, we'll wait. I'll tell you the card after we're done with 2K to let you know what's going on for SmackDown. But guys, let's talk about it because I've been excited to talk to you guys a little bit about it. I'm not going to spoil everything because as you guys saw, and if you guys did not see, I announced it earlier this week. Starting Tuesday, when I finish a series in the mode, in the game, until we can figure out how to go live and actually play the game on the channel, I want to come on here and I want to give you guys my review, my thoughts, and everything, how I feel about it. So Tuesday afternoon, we'll be doing John Cena's showcase mode. As I finished the mode a few days ago, I unlocked everything, and I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how I just feel about it. And if they're going to do it for WWE 2K24, who it should be, and how I would change it, how I wouldn't, what I liked, and what I didn't like. So make sure you guys come and check that out. But let's talk about war games. Let's talk about the match types. Let's talk about exhibition. Let's talk about gameplay. Let's talk about everything like that, guys. Because the game is finally out. We've all been able to play it. It came out today. Up, Up, Down, Down was doing they had a little party last night. They were playing matches. We saw the bear versus the gorilla. That was interesting. So I really enjoyed it. I think it is probably one of the better games, probably the best 2K game to come out in a while. I think last year's was a great base. I think that it was a great way to like rebuild the game. And I think this year they added a lot of stuff. And I think next year for 2K24, if they can figure out a way to do a certain couple things and maybe add a few more match types, WWE 2K24 could very well be the best WWE video game in a very long time, all the way and all together. I've played 3 War Games matches. I will tell you, they're so much fun. They're a blast. You literally everything that the gamers and BDE, Phoenix, Nitro, Simply Better, ATM, Chris Danger, all of those great content creators came out, and everything that they said about War Games is absolutely correct. And one thing I did figure out yesterday while playing it last night, if you guys did not know, if you're playing a War Games match and you want to be like, say you want to be the first entrant, say you want to play the whole War Games match, whoever you pick first for whoever you pick, so say you pick and say you go to the like, because you know like how they got like the 4 guys, they got like the middle, they got where it says team 1, team 2. So if you're the first guy closest to where it says advanced, like advantage, I should say, like who gets the advantage in the War Games, that is who the first entrant will be. For the other team, the same thing. So whoever is closest to the advantage symbol thing, that's how the entries go. So I did one last night. I did a little old school WWE. I did Rob Van Dam. I had Santos Escobar, or no, I did that was a couple days ago. I did Judgment Day versus Rey Mysterio's team, and I had Santos Escobar, I had Batista, I had Rob Van Dam, and I had Rey Mysterio. So I did Judgment Day because I thought it'd be fun to beat the shit out of Judgment Day. And it was funny because Dominic was the first entrant. So it was so much fun to play, going on top of the cage, climbing the cage, jumping off the cage. The AI is smart as hell because I was the first entrant because I wanted to play it all the way through. I was hoping the AI, the people like the computer, were going to be able to play and be able to grab the weapons. And they literally grabbed every single weapon that was available and it was inside the cage. And I didn't even have to grab any weapons. I just had to wait till they threw them in the cage. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, let's do it all day long. So War Games, guys, if you guys have not played War Games yet, go and play it. Go buy WWE 2K23, now available on all video game platforms. Go play it. It's so much fun, guys. I have also played a backstage arena, which is so much fun. They did say that they had the backstage. They did say, if you guys did not see this on other channels, they did say that they were able to take everything that they did in the backstage and they somehow incorporated it into making that into War Games. I don't understand it, but okay. But there's a lot of cool different things that you have. There's a lot of the same for this year in backstage. But I've noticed there's a little bit more weapons than there was last year. Maybe that's just maybe me. Maybe I didn't realize there was that many weapons. But I don't remember there being this many weapons you could actually grab in this one. And then they have a thing where you could throw somebody off. And if you guys remember the thing that Big Show threw John Cena into I think it was Extreme Rules 2009, back like when John Cena won the world title at WrestleMania 25, and then Big Show and Edge were trying to get the title back and everything like that. You could actually do that in the game as you throw your opponent off of the balcony to the, what is it, a big giant light? If anybody knows what I'm talking about, somebody in the chat. I know one of you 8 people should know what I'm talking about. Wasn't it like a last man standing match with John Cena and Edge or something like that? So that was so much fun. I love Elimination Chambers. Not much has changed with that though. Hell in the Cell. Fun fact, guys. Did you guys know we instead, because it's such a pain in the ass to try to get out of the Hell in the Cell cage, and then it's even a painer in the ass to get back into the ring after not being able to slam your opponent through the top of the cage. You can make Hell in the Cell matches last man standings, and you could win the match wherever you want. And after you win the match, you can actually have your guy be celebrating on top of the cage, and the match ends with your guy celebrating on the top of the cage. So that's really, really cool. And I think that's just so much. It's so cool, guys. And I wasn't able to play all these a bunch of these matches. Like I was able to figure out some things in 2K22. That is some pretty much the same in 2K23. But I do want to start showing you guys video clips and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to take a few pictures from the showcase mode. I'm going to try to take a few pictures from other things as I play matches and stuff like that. But WWE 2K, guys, I'm going to give it a definitely solid 8 out of 10 right now. There's a few things I don't like. Obviously, I wish they had more match types. I wish it wasn't the same, like, I'll say the background is great. There's a lot more better positives than negatives. I have not played GM mode yet. I really want to play GM mode, but I kind of want to wait and see Xavier, Creeds, and Breeze play it a couple times before I start it. So that is one mode I have not played. I just started My Rise. If you guys have been watching Chris Danger or BDE, Brandon Collins on YouTube, they just started doing their series on My Rise. My Rise is everything you see them do. It's so much fun. It's one of those things, I hope it has an ending this year. I heard a lot of them say that there wasn't an ending last year. And now that I'm kind of into it, I hope that there is an ending, because I really hope I'm not just playing this and it's just going to continue to go. And I think it's going to be an end and I'm just going to be playing it forever. So if anybody knows if there is an end to My Rise, let me know. I have also not played My Faction. My Faction I have not played, and to be honest, that is a mode I may not play. So I will not be your guy if you want to know about My Faction. I will pretty much play every other mode, X-Division. I've done I did an 8-person elimination free-for-all match last night. That was really fun. Have 8 people, just free-for-all, falls count anywhere. I make a lot of create matches, though, because I like having, like, certain rules, like falls count anywhere, no DQ, the Hell in the Cell elimination chamber, the 2 out of 3 falls, stuff like that. So once I do, and once we get the WWE 2K stuff up and going on the channel, I cannot wait to play these matches with you guys and show you all this cool stuff that I have and that we can do. But until then, I just got to show you clips, photos, and everything like that, and just tell you. But I can't wait till we do start WWE 2K23 on here on Tino's Time. So now I gave you a little update on WWE 2K. Make sure you guys come out Tuesday afternoon to watch as I give you my review on John Cena's showcase mode. Well, let's talk about what we got going down here, because we got to finish off this weekend before we think about next week. We're starting the weekend off hot, everybody. Happy St. Patty's Day again. Let's go. We got Sami Zayn. He's confronting Jey Uso this week on SmackDown. Sami Zayn is coming for Jey after Jey he super kicked him. He picked the bloodline, and Sami Zayn needs some revenge. So Sami Zayn is also confronting Jey Uso. We will also be seeing, guys, tonight, Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship opportunity at WrestleMania. We saw them have a double pinfall last week, and as I mentioned, guys, I feel and I still think that it's going to be a triple threat match with Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Gunther. I feel like there's going to be some type of shenanigans tonight, and it's going to set up the triple threat match. We'll obviously have to see if the head of the table, Roman Reigns, is on the show, Cody Rhodes. We'll have to see what the women do, everything like that. But those are as of now, unless anything has changed. Let me look on WWE Twitter and WWE News if anything has been added. But it doesn't look like anything has really been added for SmackDown besides those two things. I mean, they even have more stuff announced for NXT next week than anything. So let me take a look, see if anybody has seen anything for NXT or for SmackDown else, anything else for SmackDown tonight. Let me know. But I'm gonna take a quick look, see. Let's see what we got. We got Austin Theory on the bump. Oh, we do got another match. We got a mixed tag team match, everybody. We got Santos Escobar and Zelina Vega taking on Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. We will be seeing and we will be hearing from the American Nightmare himself, Cody Rhodes. And we will be seeing all the other stuff that I told you guys here today. So that's all that I got here for you guys. So let's get caught up in the chat. Let's see how much I want to see, and I gotta catch up because I was reading some of them, but I did not read all of them. Here we go. It was Stacy, right? Yeah, because the last one I read was thank you, Triple H, for finally bringing back Pete Dunne. We're about 40 minutes behind in the chat, so bear with me, guys. If you guys are still chatting, thank you guys all so much. What's up, Johnny? What's up, bro? Chris says Stacy Keibler will be announced. They're going to have to rapid fire release announcements for who's going in the WWE Hall of Fame. We got 2 weeks. You're absolutely right. Chris says Stacy Keibler legs are 9, bro. Shit. That bro, that's long. Stacy was part of the wrestling business for a long time. Yes, she really didn't do anything, but I have no problem with her induction. Bully Ray and Devon Dudley should induct Stacy Keibler. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That's a good question. Who do you guys think would induct Stacy Keibler if she is inducted? If we get Brood Edge versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor, bro, if Finn Balor could come out in all blue or all purple, I said blue, all purple, bro, that would be sick. Chris, why do you like the Red Hell in the Cell? Just curious. It's your opinion, bro. I just want to know why. We want Morgan. We want Morgan. Oh my, yeah. Speaking of that guy, Omos, guys. Omos doing pretty good for himself. Everybody be hating on our guy Omos here, but Omos be getting married, and the woman is a doctor. Omos be doing good for himself. Omos, congratulations, my guy, on getting married. Eric says he bought it. Yes, sir. It's still downloading, though. Pat McAfee has already done such amazing work. He's already a Hall of Famer in so many people's eyes, myself included. Man, I'll induct I'll induct Pat McAfee into the Hall of Fame. I'm ready for it. I don't know. I don't know if WWE would really break up the New Day, Chris. It would be interesting to see. Teddy Long is really showing he is losing his mind. The fact that he thinks being is anywhere near as courageous is a good idea and a god-awful take. We talked about Umaga's. Yes, it was me and you, Justin. That's right. So Solo basically confirmed everything about him being Umaga's reincarnated, just without pretty much. That's what I'm saying. That's why I wanted to mention it, because I thought it was funny that we were talking about it. Okay, Justin, just let me know as soon as you get it so I know that it gets to your house, okay? Because I hate the mail, and the mailmen suck, and it just bothers me that we can't have anything nice here. As much as it makes sense for Rhea to win, she won the Rumble. It should main event. It is many matches that have been bad build-wise. If the tag title match happens, it should main event easily. That's what I think. I just think the Bloodline storyline, for as hot as it is, you're going to keep everybody there for night one for WrestleMania, because you're going to tell me they're going to have, say they have hypothetically, say the last 3 matches of night one are say it's John Cena in theory or Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. Maybe they keep both of them for night 2. Maybe it's Brock and Omos. And then you're going to go into Rhea and Charlotte, because I feel like that's where Brock and Omos is going to be. Brock and Omos is going to be like, it's going to be that bathroom break. It's going to be like, guys, hold on. Your boy Tino's got to go to the bathroom. We've been here for 5 hours. Let's take a potty break real quick. Because remember, guys, we'll be here for the pre-show and at least an hour for the pre-show. Not like last year where we were here for 2.5 hours for the pre-show. And then we were here for 4 hours and a half for the show. That was not a good time for your boy Tino. But guys, it should be interesting to see how it happens. Obviously, it has not been announced. It's just rumors and everything like that. Bray Wyatt is injured, apparently with a disclosed injury, but it is also being reported, I think I saw this earlier today, that he will be back in time for WrestleMania. So we'll just have to see. I mean, hey, it's just an idea, you know? Matt Cardona, I'd be down. Yes, he does. Yeah. I think so. If you're a faction, you can help them in the Elimination Chamber match in WWE. Yes. So that's another thing too. Chris, thank you for reminding me, because I have actually not been able to do this yet because I haven't had like the bloodline against each other, and I kind of want to test it. I might even do a Royal Rumble tonight, or yeah, probably tonight, because we don't have time before we go live for SmackDown. So probably tonight I'm going to do a Royal Rumble, and I want to see how that happens. I'm going to do like the first 6 entrants. I'm going to have it be like the New Day and the Bloodline and just see what happens. And if that, I think that's really dope, because that's really cool. This time there is an ending. Hallelujah. 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 There's an ending to my rise. Thank goodness. Let's go. I'm in for it now. I want to play a game with you. Who do you think will get a bigger push post-Mania? Who do like out of who? Give me some options. Omos is getting married this year. Yes, congratulations to our guy Omos, guys, getting married. Chris, Eric, give me some options, bro. Who do I think? Give me 3 options. We're going to answer this question. Guys, keep leaving some questions. I'm all caught up on the chat, so let me know before we go here today. We got about another 10 minutes, 9 minutes before we got to go, so let me know what you guys are feeling, how you guys thinking. But Eric, give me 3 options. Got real quiet here. Eric, you want to play a game, bro? Let's go. First round, Street Profits or New Day? Street Profits. I think Montez Ford is going to have a great push. Street Profits, Montez Ford, it's going to be a good one. Yes, it is also, guys, being reported too. I couldn't find a picture for this one, and thank you again, Chris, for bringing it up, for reminding me. Trish Stratus apparently is reportedly set to turn on Becky Lynch to set up a match for probably, I would say, maybe SummerSlam. Second round, Bray Wyatt or Bobby Lashley, or Bray or Bobby. I'm going to say Bray. And then LA Knight or Liv, I'm going to say both for that one, because we obviously just said LA Knight and I just said it, but I do think that Liv will get another opportunity at some point, either late 2023 or early 2024. I think Liv Morgan, she's proven that she could be a champion. Yes, many people may not have liked her run and everything like that, but I think that, you know, I think Liv Morgan could possibly be a champion. So, guys, I think that's how we're going to end this Road to WrestleMania episode. We've talked about a lot today. We got to get ready for Friday Night SmackDown. We go live in 2 hours. I should say 2 hours and 45 minutes. And so Friday Night SmackDown here tonight on the channel, guys. So thank you guys all so much for coming here and hanging out, asking all the questions. If you guys got any more questions, go ask them in the chat and the SmackDown chat. As you guys know, the SmackDown chat is already set up. So go ask the questions in the SmackDown chat, and when we go live before SmackDown, we will answer them. And if there's enough questions, maybe your boy Tino will go live before and it'll go live a little earlier, depending on how many questions there are. So, guys, thank you all for coming here, spending your Friday afternoon here with your boy Tino. As I said, we'll be live here for Friday Night SmackDown tonight. As I said, we're going to see Cody Rhodes. We're going to see Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio take on Zelina Vega and Santos Escobar. We will be hearing from Sami Zayn as he confronts Jey Uso. LA Knight possibly in store. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus in the Intercontinental Championship match. Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. Maybe Bray Wyatt, Gunther, Bobby Lashley. So much more, guys, as we are 15 days away to the grandest stage of them all. The Legacy and the Showcase of the Immortals. WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. So, guys, come and hang out here tonight for Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you guys all again. Remember to go follow us on all the social medias, everybody. One last time, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Remember to drink till you're Chicago Irish. Go follow us on Tino's Time and Tino's Time Wrestling on SoundCloud and Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Tino's Time 1996 on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Make sure to hit that like button if you haven't. Subscribe. Join the nation. That is Tino's Nation. As we are on the road to 1,000, we're almost there, guys. We're at 866 subscribers the last time I saw. So thank you guys all for supporting your boy Tino. Justin, you'll be getting your figure hopefully in the next couple of days. Thank you guys all for participating in the 800 subscriber raffle. Can't wait to do it again for 1,000. And remember, the 1,000 subscriber raffle will be getting an action figure, and you'll be getting a t-shirt, and the action figure will be a boxed action figure. So that's good. So make sure you guys join the nation. And until tonight, and until we come back here in 2 hours to watch Friday Night SmackDown, this is your boy Tino signing out because he's going to go drink until he's Chicago Irish. Hopefully your boy Tino don't come back here on the live stream all drunk with his boy Chumblebee. So, guys, drink until you're Chicago Irish. And I'll see you guys all till Friday Night SmackDown in 2 short hours.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud, it be raining now, I keep